Hey guys, what's up? Sermo11 here. Today I'm going to be giving you some Pokemon X and Y news. If you don't want to watch this video, just go to Cerebi or PokeBeach and you'll get all this information. I think it's on Bulbapedia too, but I'm just going to be talking about it, giving my thoughts on it. If you follow me on Twitter, and I think I might have posted this on Facebook too, I do have a few video topics ready to go, already scripted out, so it's just like a matter of having time to make a video, because I can't really make videos at this time because it's kind of hard to make videos with someone else in the house. I'm just saying, this is really loud. But anyways, I'm gonna put the scans on the screen, and so far what we have learned is that Xerneas, the I think that this is the deer one. It's a fairy type, and it knows a new ability called Fairy Aura, which powers up fairy type moves. Fairy types already have an advantage over dragon types, so I imagine this would just be like a one-hit KO on, like if you had Xerneas fighting maybe Garchomp or something, and it uses a fairy move, and it'll just like, I feel like it's just gonna kill Garchomp in one move. And it also has an exclusive move known as Geo Control, which summons 7 different colored energy beams from the ground, and it's known as the Life Pokemon. And Yveltal is a dark flying type. I was kind of confused on this because normally aren't like the 2 legendaries that are together or the 3 legendaries that are together. They usually have a similar type or something. Let me see. Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno. It's like flying ice, flying electric, and flying fire. They all share the flying thing. And I thought Xerneas and Yveltal were kind of the opposite of each other. You know, they're the main legendaries. I figured they would share a type. Don't they usually share types? I don't know what happened here. And it knows a new ability known as Dark Aura, which powers up dark type moves. So some people have been saying that there might be a dark type gym leader, but I'll get into that later, because I don't know if this stuff was updated when I saw it last night. And you know, just like the Dark Aura and the Fairy Aura, they are pretty opposite to each other. That might mean there's a connection between the Fairy and the Dark type. That's what I'll throw out there. And Yveltal has an exclusive move called Deathwing. Probably gonna change that when they translate it to English, even though it's like not even a big deal. And it's like kind of the same thing, like a beam attack. This one's dark energy, comes from the heavens, and it strikes down its foe. So Yveltal is known as the destruction Pokemon, while Xerneas is known as the life Pokemon. See, there are connections between them, but the fairy and the dark, there might be a connection, more of a connection there. And new Pokemon, Goranda, it's the aggressive Pokemon, and it's the evolution of Pancham. Pancham, I remember it being called Yancham. Where did that come from? Was that like the Japanese version or something? I don't even know where that came from. And I'm expecting this news to come out in English eventually, because the way they're doing Pokemon X and Y, as soon as some news comes out in Japan, they're gonna release it to the America. I was gonna say like the Americas, to the Americans, to the Europeans, you know, just to the rest of the world. And it's the evolution of Pancham. This thing looks cool, and it looks like it kind of has a cape, or is that its tail? And you know how Pancham had the leaf in its mouth? This panda bear? Yeah, let's call it a panda bear, because it's huge. It has like the leaf grew in its mouth, like it sprouted. I was watching the Same Game Freaks video on this news, and he was like, there isn't a fighting. He didn't know if there had been a fighting / dark type before, but I remembered who it was right away, and that was Scrafty, if you remember from the last generation. So moving back to Goranda, it has the ability Iron Fist, and it knows Hammer Arm. So, you know, cool. Fighting dark type, it might be useful. I don't really remember that much about the dark type, because I just don't remember using it a lot. But I might add it to my team. Depends on how early it's introduced in the game. Because by these games being released, they're going to be released worldwide, so we're not going to really get any information on the Pokédex beforehand. And plus, it's kind of hard to incorporate a Pokemon into your team later in the game. like I tried to do with Axew. I believe I did that on Pokemon White or Black. It was one of those games, and it's kind of hard just to introduce a Pokemon that's in, a Pokemon that's introduced in the game later in the game to your team, because your team's already trained up, and you have to train that Pokemon, but still keep your team leveled for gyms and stuff. And so the next Pokemon is Maka, yeah, Maka, and it's known as a Revolution Pokemon. It's Dark / Psychic type. I'm wondering if this is a squid looking thing. There's two squids on here. There's like a baby squid, and then there's this squid monster. Looks like it's from The Little Mermaid. So it has abilities Contrary or Suction Cup, and it has a new Dark type move known as Turnover, which reverses stat changes. That's gonna be helpful. That's gonna be helpful in the game, competitively, and just in a normal game. Because I know like those competitive players are getting so excited about all this different stuff they're announcing. Like with Honich having no guard and all that stuff. Next Pokemon is Karamanaru, which is the reversal Pokemon. It's the evolution of Maka, Soul Eater. And it's a dark psychic type, same as his pre-evolution. It knows hypnosis. I mean, there's not that much to say about it. It looks like a monster. Really. Okay, and the next one is Shush Pup something. I think this is the flying type. Yeah, I think it's a flying type. It says it's the perfume Pokemon. It's a fairy type. Getting more fairy types. I like how they've introduced this new type, and they obviously have to make plenty of Pokemon for it, but they also have to make Pokemon for the other types. And I like how a lot of the Pokemon we're seeing are fairy types. And you have the fairy type, legendary fairy type, Xerneas, and I like what they're doing with it. So I'm pretty sure this is the bird thing that's probably gonna be on the screen. And then last Pokemon is Parapuff. It's Cotton Candy Pokemon. And I know some people are gonna be like, "Oh, they ran out of ideas." I don't think that. I mean, it's a stupid thing to say that they've just run out of ideas. Where did all this stuff come from? I mean, you can make a Pokemon out of anything. What really defines what a Pokemon is? Like the ice cream one from last generation. Who cares if it's like an ice cream cone? No one said a Pokemon had to be like a monster or something. I mean, it can be cotton candy. Who said it can't be like inanimate objects? So, Parapuff, cotton candy Pokemon, fairy type, has a new ability known as Sweet Veil, which prevents it from falling asleep. Another cool ability. And it knows a new move called Drain Kiss, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be like Drain Punch. Maybe more powerful or less powerful. And I didn't talk about this earlier. I mean, on my channel. The Honich, the sword Pokemon thing. I mean, it looks okay. I don't really have any problems with it, but I'm not really a big fan of it either. It has no guard, which a few Pokemon have that ability. And I think that really got a lot of players excited about it. I thought it would look like it would be like a sword for Golurk, or maybe Honich would combine with another Pokemon. You know how they did the whole thing with, what was it, Cloyster? No, it's Cloyster's pre-evolution. Shelter, something like that. And then the Slowpoke, and then it bit Slowpoke on the tail, and then there was a new they evolved together basically into a new Pokemon. So I was thinking maybe Honich would do that. And apparently there's a new way of evolving Pokemon. I didn't really see this one last night. Pancham and Maka, they use a different type of evolution to evolve. I hope it's not hard, like train specifically in this area, or feed Pancham these berries for a long time and then it'll evolve, or have it in the first spot on your team. I don't know. So the Pokemon exclusive to X are Clauncher and Parapuff. That's gonna make me buy both games because I wanted Clauncher and Parapuff. I think they look nice. And then exclusive to Y, which is the actual version I'm getting, is Skrelp and Shushapu or whatever. So a new professor is Clayton, and I don't really know what happened in like when they translate the games from Japanese to English. Do they change the names of like professors and stuff? Because I know like all the professor names are trees, but this right here says it's already a reference to a tree. So I don't know. And it's just that the professor will bow to you from time to time. I mean, it's different, but kind of depends if he's strong or not. If he's just checking up on your progress and then he's a little bit weak, I don't know. But let me take a look at the professor because I saw him earlier. He looks okay. Yeah, looks okay. He's a guy, lab coat, black hair. Yeah. I mean, there's not much to say about him. Looks kind of excited. So we have two new gym leaders, Citron, Citron, and Zakuro. Zakuro. My Japanese is terrible, and then someone's gonna tell me about it in the comments. I'm gonna cry about it. So I would say Citron. Citron. He's definitely an interesting gym leader, just because of the fact that he has these mechanical arms on his back, coming out of his backpack, kind of like the that dude from Teen Titans. I forgot his name. You can tell me if it's such a big deal, but yeah, he's all right. Definitely the most interesting gym leader we've seen so far. His arm has a sun on it. Like at first, I was thinking maybe he's an electric type gym leader, or maybe he's a steel type gym leader, but he has a sun on there. Maybe he's a fire type gym leader. I don't know. And then we have this guy or girl. Like everyone's confused about what this person is, cause the body figure is slender, so you would think. I mean, I'm not saying all girls are slender, but you would think that it would be a girl. But the hair, it's obviously a rock type gym leader, because he or she has gems in her hair. And I'm gonna go with a girl, because yeah, I'm gonna go with girl on this one. Another black person. I always like love how people point out, oh, there's a black person in the game. It's like, what's the big deal? Who cares? Her design looks alright. I like the gems and the pointy hair. You gotta get that pointy hair like all anime characters have, or most of them. And the evil team, I guess this is probably one of the more interesting points, is that it's known as team. They're known as Team Flare, which I mean, they're gonna be easy to beat. Fire, really? I could just pick the water starter and just like destroy them, but I'm picking Chespin, the grass starter, and I might have trouble unless I pick up a water type. I need a Clauncher. Clauncher's a water type, right? Have they showed any more water types? I think Scrope was like a poison type or a water type. I don't know. I don't really remember. But their goal is to get rich and earn money. So how does that really affect you? I'm guessing they're going to do some stupid stuff like, oh, we're going to steal Pokemon and then we're going to sell them, and you have to go rescue someone's Pokemon. I mean, they're going to be involved some way. They're not going to be like less involved than another team. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, they have different goal, and they're switching it up, because I liked what they did with Team Plasma. You know, in the beginning, they're like, oh, we're fighting for the Pokemon and all this, and then you find out their true intentions, and you're like, oh, you guys are kind of like everyone else, except you switched it up for a little bit. The designs of these Team Flare members, they're kind of weird. They got like stuff sticking out. They're either wearing a hat or something, or I don't even know what that is, but it's like they're wearing business suits and stuff. It's cool. It's different, because you know, the Team Plasma, the original ones, they were more like they look kind of like knights and stuff. You know, Team Rocket, we had grunts. Team Rocket was for the first two generations. In the third generation, we had Magma and Aqua, and they were kind of like pirates. And what was the next one? Fourth generation, we had Team Galactic, and they were kind of like space people by their outfits, just my opinion. So I think that's the end of the Pokemon X and Y news. and I thought it was, I mean, it was a pretty big reveal, and there's supposed to be a bigger one next month because we're getting closer and closer to the game's release, and yeah, great stuff. I'm really excited for Pokemon X and Y, even though I probably don't sound like it. I'm always going to be a fan of Pokemon. And tell me you guys' thoughts on the news that was just released. And I hope you enjoy this video. And I do have more topics coming soon. So later.